I try really hard to be the same person I grew up as, and I probably fail at it. But I was just reading a book by somebody who I once met personally, literally for 10 seconds, who I'm a fan of, I remain a fan of, and they were not very nice to me, and they certainly knew who I was. It was at a public event, and I was introduced, and the person did one of these, like, yeah, right, and walked away. And as I'm reading the book, I'm like, it's still in the back of my mind. So I totally understand how that personal moment can color something that, as a fan, we feel is kind of pure, which is like a conversation. The sad part is the conversation, in most cases, can't be real. If I take any solace in my heart about it, it's that fans who through the years have gotten to know me personally, like basically they get past the OG, I can't believe I'm talking to you, to OG, I've talked to you enough, I'm actually kind of bored, to OG, now I know you as a person, and I can be around you and I'm not like doing this. I take great pride in most of those people like me, in the same way that my friends who only know me as friends like me. Like in essence, their relationships turn fairly similar in dynamics with those of my friends in my personal life or my family. So that's the only solace I can take, is those who can penetrate that veil come out the other side.
We were at the Cubs game and this guy comes up and he wants Billy's autograph and we're waiting in line for the tickets and Billy's like, sorry, not here. Because if he does it with him, then, you know, like a line will form, and we wanted to get into the game. But this guy was like, but I'm injured. Remember this guy? And he had like a cast, and it was like, you know, he was playing up the woe is me kind of thing. And then William was getting the tickets, and I turned around, and my gut was telling me something's not right with this. And I was like, hey man, how'd you hurt your ankle? And he was like, and then I was like, oh my gosh, he literally is faking this injury to get, like, and he hangs out by the VIP entrance to get famous people to sign his baseballs. So it was a good call, I think.
Yeah, but what you don't remember is what happened after the game.
Then that one guy followed us and kept following to the firehouse, and that one? Yeah, and he was just like, da-da-da-da-da.
No. I was approached by two millennials.
And scene. Yeah.
And the first guy of the pair said to me, "We forgive you."
Wow.
And I said, "For what?" And he didn't expect that. Right? And I said, "For what?" And he's like, "Oh, I was just joking with you." I said, "Okay, fair enough." Now you're in the, you know, you're trying to get out.
Yeah,
you know,
like sardines.
it's not like,
out.
"See you later, buddy.
Yeah.
We're doing this, right?" And he puts his arm around me, and he goes, "How's about a picture?" And I said, "I don't give a fuck about your Facebook moment. Get the fuck away from me." And then the other guy came up and tried to take a picture from the other angle, right? So now I'm doing this bit.
He's in like a bad selfie sandwich.
I'm not in a bad mood. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's like controlled fury, right? You know, I know what I'm doing. It wasn't, to me, speaking to you, has nothing to do with the picture. Has nothing to do with the picture. Has nothing to do with whether they bought 0 records or 52. Has everything to do with the fact that from the initial moment, I am nothing more than that. And I don't, if you think I'm that, fuck off. So I have a lot of those moments. I am literally, as I like to say, the Eiffel Tower, that you stand in front of and go, and I don't care.
But isn't that the price of fame?
No.
Ivory tower.
No.
Yeah, ivory.
Sorry.
I think so.
If I'm being straight with you, that you don't pay me enough for that. Don't pay
I'll
me
be a
enough.
bad customer, yeah.
No, I'm being funny and conversational. I didn't sign on to be the Eiffel Tower. You know what I mean? Now, if I felt that I got the same respect that anybody walking down the street should get in terms of space and human dignity, that my rights were not being stripped on some level, you know, headlines and pictures at Disneyland, and you know, you have to, you know, where is it coming from, and something I say here may be in an article tomorrow making fun of me because I made fun of somebody because they made fun of Star Wars. You know, that's the world we live in, right? If I felt a just place in our culture, well, I would have a different relationship to it. But I don't feel I have a just place in the culture, so I have a contentious relationship to it. Now, in making a general assumption, you are going to color outside the lines, and at some point you're going to step on the wrong toe. That's unfortunate, and I do feel bad about that when that does happen. I can't tell you how many times I had a conversation where somebody comes and says, I met you 18 years ago and you were in a bad mood, and I said, dude, I'm so sorry, we have a 10-minute conversation. I try to make it up because that guy's been waiting 18 years to tell me that story. At least I can do is... And let me say one other thing, because this illustrates the point. This band opened for the Pumpkins about 7 years ago, and recently the guy from the band went on this long rant on stage. It went viral, people running headlines about it. We actually have a videotape of the event, okay? Because we were filming a documentary. So the guy, he says it on stage in his rant, and during the encounter, he actually says, what's the fucks with the cameras and stuff like that. In the encounter, the guy literally physically assaults me in the encounter, right? Up until that moment, I was certainly composed, I have witnesses. He was saying things that I said that he said to me. I mean, it's like Wacky World. And I'm watching these articles run. All I have to do is release the videotape to prove that the guy's this incredible liar. But the way I found forgiveness in it is I thought, this guy's been waiting 7 years to tell his story. And he's told this story at the bar so many times that it's warped in his brain. So, is the truth more important, or is that guy's story more important? His story is more important.
Like Rashomon.
Yeah. Your peace of mind is more important, and so being right or being peaceful, you know.
Right, I can make people more money, and somebody may make money by what I'm saying right now, by releasing the videotape and saying, see, I was a nice guy. Wouldn't prove anything. The people who don't like you aren't going to be converted. You know what I'm saying? Nothing sells except somebody else's ad rates. So you have to turn to a higher source and say, that guy needs that story more than I need to be right. Even though I know I'm right. And even though I literally have proof. You know? That's it.